It's new. Okay. What's going on, family? Uh, End of the month type day for Dow. As you see, I'm gonna go high time frame first. As you see, we had movement today. Like last time we talked about sideways pricing, so we finally have movement today. We finally see if I can show. See if I can. I can't. So what we I caught sales today, basically. So I'm gonna go over sales that we took today. But again, right now, like I said in the last video, going to the daily, I wanted to see you scroll in, I wanted to see this wick list candle here met, and we almost did, but we opened the gap down to it, and now we're playing this demand area. So not too long. I'm gonna go over what I want to see the rest of the night, rest of the week. Uh so yeah, so let's go one screen, let's go 5 minutes. New York Open is here, so let's do replay mode. Let's go replay mode, start new. So right now, as of let's just say 8 o'clock, 8:15, 8:20, 8:25. Green green section here is what you want to pay attention to. So this is what I was looking at as New York opens, right? So if you pay attention to what actually happened, of course, well, two scenarios. I wanted to see if we push these highs first. So if we start median and start pushing these highs first, I would let that, like if it did something like this, like just push up and then take these highs here. I wanted to see that without being in the trade, right? If that makes sense. So that I wanted that to happen before, right? So 8:30 opens, 8:30 opens, and I'm gonna have to go to 1 minute to actually show you guys what actually happened. So let me go back. 8:30. 8:30 is here. So 8:30 opens. So this is what I'm looking at. I'm not looking at the window, but this is what I'm looking at. So I wanted to see if since we have taken low, London low, and we have start climbing high, right? And then falling back into demand. New York opens, right? New York opens, this is 8:30. New York opens and it pushes into 49,300 and rejects, right? So I wanted to see if we were going to hold that, but eventually I got in. I think I got in low. So I let this happen, right? And then next we slammed down, right? So I got in at 49,244, which is here, the blue line that basically. And right now, as you can see, let's go to the 15 minute. 15 minute shows the actual MIDI and us holding a supply area where Dow holds pushing to the supply area. And more people look at it as a support and resistance trade, but most likely just you push. We did everything we supposed to do, right? Over like this was yesterday price action. Asian came, pushed supply, created a low, pushed up, rejected Wednesday, the daily open, rejected market open. So eventually, if you want to be bearish, you want to buy, you want to sell above market open and daily open. But we're not up in these times, so you try to figure out, I'm saying, what actually going on. Like I said, if we held this and start pushing higher, push this higher, I want to see it push here, right? And take previous day highs. You try to find buy to go up there. But also you try to find counter closures as well. This was fast. So you try to be, that's why it was so fast that I got in here instead of in this weak area here. So the 15 minutes, go back to 5. So this is 8:20. This candle here is this, like this whole candle here is New York, right? This is New York. So and boom. So this is what I looked at here. So this is how I game planned this. I got in here and I shot for my 1 to 5 instantly. So instantly 1 to 5, stop loss 30 points. My 1 to 5 is 150 points, right? Instantly, so instantly got my 1 to 3, take my 1 to 3. I 1 to 3 is 90 points. Instantly got 1 to 3. I got in with 4 contracts as I one thing about what happened today is I did not follow the 1 to 3 plan. 1 to 3 plan is when I hit my 1 to 3, I take something. I break even. So I break even and I take as my 1 to 3. One thing I didn't do is I didn't take at my 1 to 3. I took at my 1 to 5. Right. One of the things that showed me was that we pushed back up and then we slammed down. But one thing that I did look at was uh and then while I was in the trade and it started pushing back up, you start looking at higher time frames. So this is the 1 hour time frame, right? 1 hour time frame, you see this is a wick here, so we can push into the wick here, and also we can push this wick here. You seen that one, but I also pay attention to this one. I don't know why one over here, this one right here. So yeah, so you try to I won my 1 to 5. When I got my 1 to 5, I actually took 2 contracts. And I had a contract sitting here at 49.1, right? And then I had another 2 month limit set here to take at this week low here. All right, so go looking at high time frames, go back to the 5 minute, right? Easy, it looked easy, but it was just, I mean, it was all about timing too, and making sure making sure you're in a right position to, right, to try to hold and not get pushed out, not do anything that will psychologically mess you up to get out of the trade and then uh like miss and without getting to the target. So 5 minute, we still falling, right? Still falling. And the thing is what confirmation was I go to oil, I go to oil New York Open. Let's go to 15 minutes. So New York opens, right? And we wake up and this is what we see. We see oil punching. Oil is moving, oil punching up right now. So we know that oil is bullish, right? So New York opens, okay. New York opens, it's New York open. Yeah, okay. So that's New York open. The blue line is New York open. So when we open here, oil opens with like at 8:15, we got to push up, plus higher. 8:30 opens, little consolidation, but runs, right? So this what has the effect on oil, has like we're bullish, we are bullish here, and we're gonna be bearish here. So you try to find certain areas of the market, certain things that the market does right? That put you in a great position to find candles and markdowns like this to stay in and grab opportunities as they present themselves. So, like I said, oil pushing while New York was opening, oil already was bullish. So, like I said, if if I wasn't seeing oil pushing up, like I said, I would have wanted to see us hold London and then take these highs here. But as 8:30 trying to open, we saw a bullish continuation, right? So this showing you guys what I was doing to get confirmations on why selling and things like that. So uh 1 hour, all right, 1 hour, 1 hour, and now we are pushing right now. We are pushing this wick low here, right? Next candle, next candle. And then you gotta look at it. We have pushed 49K. So 49,300 to 49K is 300 points. What more do you want, right? You want 300, you want 510. I mean, I got out at 49, didn't want nothing else, didn't want much more than that. Right. So I mean, but again, they pushed up on that. So this what got me. I got out at 49, and then 49 hit, and let's go to the 15 minute on why I took profit because of this reaction here. Right. We see us tap 49 and we see close higher and we see it push down, right? And then push back up, which is a 5 minute meeting. So more than likely, not more likely, but I got out at the 49s, 4900s, and I was just sitting there paying attention to what was going on. So media here, push up here, but couldn't close, right? Couldn't close here, and then started rejecting, right? Started rejecting, we pushed lower. So and while oil is still bullish, right? So it was a great trade today, great trade, great media to go down to 49K. Like I always say, whole levels, half levels are my thing where if I'm in the area here and I want to just say I want to like today I wanted to sell, I'm going to sell to a whole level, right? 49,100, 49K. Usually if I see 49K in it, like from here from 49.3 to 49K, I'm gonna target 49K. I'm gonna watch what happens at 49,100, right? Like this candle here stops at 49,100, but then push back up, but then closes lower, right? And then slams down to what, 49K and rejects. So 49K hit, rejects. So it's certain, like, of course it fell back down, but first response hitting 49K and rejects. So that's why I target 49 and then exit because of this reaction here from off a whole level. Right. So that was a good trade today. A good $300 day. Nothing too much. If I can keep that up, that'll be a great day. So, like I said, I'm gonna go to high time frames. Let's go to, let's go to, those. Uh, yeah. So now, since we have let's go to daily in 4 hours. Break it down, look down that low. So, like I said, in the last video that we'll consolidate, I wanted to see the fall, right? I want to see the fall, but I want to see that wickless on the left side. I'm here on my mouse. I want to see that wickless candle get met, right? Which we did. So now, since we filled the gap, which you can't see the gap here, but it's a gap on the daily. Now that we filled the gap, I want to see, can we get a response from a daily, like this is a daily trap candle here, where people have got trapped, like they all finna sell off, but then explodes up, so they got stuck here. So they're just thing that we pay attention to. Small order, they call them order block candles, trap candles, whatever. So so I want to see in that area where if we push back into it, will we continue higher? Right, but I'll show you oil too after we get done. But yeah, so I want to see the response that goes here and see if we can push up away from this area here back into this distribution area. But I think we're still gonna fall because oil is bullish, right? So I want to see us feel some efficiencies, right? Taking weak lows, like they stair step, we can fall into here, fall into here, filling in its efficiency. So you see we gap down and we ran and we never met that. We never came back to fill that right there. So 49, again, 48K is since we have closed under 49K, I want to see if we can push back and then close above 49K. We can, we'll run and start taking these. But if we push up into 49K and then no counter closures, close under 49K, we will start falling back to 48, right? Filling in some efficiency, some this gap here where price has gapped and then just ran off, leaving it in balance. So I want to see that, which is this demand candle here on the daily. If you look on the left side, this is a demand candle here on the daily where price has gap down here, filled it, but it ran. So I want to see on 4 hour, can we come back down and fill this right here? Like I said on the last video, 48K, 48.5. So I want to mark 48.5, just see what 48.5 is. And boom, boom, 48.5 is right within the wicks, right? Within the wicks of where I wanted to see, right? So we can push back into 48.5 and we can hold 48.5. We can hold 48.5 and then take off two, right? On 4 hour, right? So, but I think these are targets here. If we hold 48.5, that's fine. But I think these are targets here pushing into this here. This also can be targets here coming back into this demand candle here at monthly open. So April open over here, and now we push, you know what I'm saying, push higher. So let me show you guys oil on why I think we can keep falling. But only thing is with oil, we are at a major supply area on oil. I'll keep one. So we got a major supply area on oil. So looking at oil, we have pushed this internal high, right? Like last video, we said we slammed down and just kept climbing, climbing, climbing. We held that 100 level, as we talked about, held that 100 level and now ran, right? Filling in that gap here. So what we want to see is them push higher because you want Dow to push lower, just a little bit lower. 786 entry, 786 push. That can fall, filling in that gap here, right? So I think they will make it fall, right, back to the 100, filling in this, right? They can if they want to, depending on the news and all that. But we have reached a good supply area, right? We wanted the 80, you always want an 886 entry, but 786 gap fill, internal liquidity that has enough they have enough emphasis to push back to 100, right? So if that happens, that will push Dow up. That will make Dow bullish. If we fall, that'll make Dow bullish. So we have like I said, we have reached the high of this one is, what did they reach? 109. Everybody wanted 110. They reached 109. Like I said, this 786 that's a great push to fall, right? Great push to fall. But like I said, I want Dow to go back to like fall on or Dow to fall some more. So either way, but I do want to show you guys like how why I think Dow would push that way because of the monthly. The monthly looks strong, right? To take like nothing show like this is what I'm looking at here. They pushed down and then pushed up, but closed. They're like the month is finna end, so they finna close bullish. All right, they pushed, but they didn't want to push higher, but they closed bullish. They're closing bullish, so they're closing strong, so they can come and create all-time highs on oil. But this is like I said, even on the monthly, this is a major supply area. I try to put it there for it. This is a major supply area where they can reject, right, and fall back into this 100, feeling that 50% of that wick. So they can't fall back, right, into that area. So not too much going on, but yeah, that's why I think we will. I want to see us push higher, just a little bit more, push down lower. But with oil in its supply area, I think we will see oil fall back to the 100s. But yeah, so that was today's trade. That's what I wanted. That's why I see us for the end of the week, end of the month, and that's oil and Dow. So you guys have a good one. See you guys on the next one.